Hi, Ash. Good morning, Speedy Misha. Pixie, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for some of you. Hello, Roth. How are we doing? Yeah, you can kind of see the colors. How is everybody? Aaron, good morning, good morning. I think I got watch time. I think I figured it out. Not too sure. You're doing good? Good morning, Pixie. How are you doing today? I think I got watch time. Okay, so it's going to be a new watch time because I don't think it's going to pull anything because it's a new command, right? Hello, Carlos. Hello, Deadwalk. So I think we got the watch time to work. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so it doesn't work for me even because I'm the streamer because I don't watch my own stream. I'm only in my own stream, but yeah, it works. Nice. Okay, right on. I'm glad it worked. I did that this morning because I didn't have time to do it yesterday, and I figured out the variables for it because it's not a script, thank God, because scripts can be a real pain in the ass. It was a couple of variables. Hello, Filth Pig. How are you? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, guys. I know Sundays aren't always happy, are they? Because we always know that Monday is right around the corner. However, damn, Dead Walk. 1,755 friggin' hours. Holy shit balls. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that watch time. Jeremiah, good morning. How are you? I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I know, my goodness gracious, I would like to see what Regs is. I'd like to see Regals. Good morning, Don. How are you? Happy Sinful Sunday to you as well. How was everybody's weekend? Fusa is here. She's going to make me all fuzzy. Oh, yeah, my black shirt is going to be white. Yeah, I know. It's all about you. I have been enjoying the new Assassin's Creed game. Ooh, right on, Ash. I only played, I think, one Assassin's Creed. I own them. I don't think I've played many of them. You're doing well, Jeremiah. That's great. Hi, Kirby's. How are you? Carlos, I'm fabulous. I can't complain. It's Sunday. It's 3 degrees outside. I'm hoping that it's going to warm up a little bit so I can go out there and clean up the backyard to get a little more cleaner for Loki. Other than that, I have just a couple of little things to do. Fix my lights because just fix my light. And really get the backyard done. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Deadwalk over on the soup side of things. Hopefully everything is looking and working well over there. Yeah. Everything should be okie dokies. I even have the translate on and everything. Same, I only ever played Origins. Nice. Yeah, Fusa is here. She's sitting on my lap. What movie are you doing today? So, Carlos, today we are deep diving into Lisa Frankenstein from 2024. I love this movie. Last night we watched it in the Discord a little late because I got busy and I lost track of time. I looked at the clock. I'm like, okay, it's 5 o'clock. I have an hour to get shit done. That hour went by so fucking quickly. I had no idea that it was already like 7 o'clock. And I was like, oh my God. And I didn't have my phone on me because Deadwalk tagged me. And I didn't have my phone on me because I was busy. And I panicked and I had to take Loki for a walk. And so I turned on Lisa Frankenstein last minute. But it's such a good movie. And last night was like my 9th time watching it. But if you haven't checked out Lisa Frankenstein, please do so. It is a great movie. Don't listen to the reviews because, you know, it's got some good ones. It's got some bad, but just know it's a coming of age monster movie is what it is. Hello, Pat. Good morning. We love blood in the morning. That's good, Aaron. That's good. Who here has seen Lisa Frankenstein? Oh, Fusa finally laid down. I don't have to worry about getting my coffee all over me. You watched Popeye the Slayer Man last night. How was it, Pat? I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen the Peter Pan, Piglet. So for me, sometimes I get asterisks in chat. I've turned off all filters. I don't know why I'm seeing asterisks at times. If anyone else has any... Oh, Ash, that friggin' blows. But yeah, that's usually a censorship thing in chat. And you said you turned them all off. I'll try to do some Googling because I'm not too sure myself. I'll try to do some Googling and see if I can find anything or ask around. Hello, Sparkle Siren. Good morning. You watched it. It is a good movie, Aaron. I agree. It is a good movie. I love it. It's what I expected. Shit, but I respect the practical effects on the kills. Cool. Well, these are low budget films, right? I can't see them being fabulous. Yes, I just looked again. Yeah, no worries. I'll ask around in my partner Discord as well on Twitch because someone else may know. Maybe it's another setting that you have to do depending on what you're watching on, right? So maybe you have to do it for each thing you're watching on. If you're watching on mobile, you have to do it for mobile. And if you watch on PC, you have to do it for PC. I don't know, but I'm just like spitballing that out there. Nice evil, Don. Nice evil. Nice. Let's see what my evil is today. Stop it with your friggin' biscuit making, foo. You're pissing me off. Oh, good. I feel that evil today. I do. I do. Oh, Mischief Maker. 4 more years. 4 more years. Thank you, Mischief. Thank you so very, very, very much for re-sacrificing your soul 59 fucking months. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and continuously being a part of the Horde. Thank you for continuously throwing me your money. I greatly appreciate it. How are you doing, Mischief? How is work? Maybe a family security setting or something. It might be filth. I'm not sure. With these kids shows that turn into horror movies, the stories are going to be kind of crap. Just make the movie fun. Oh, yeah, definitely, Pat. Definitely. And low budget. It's just the way it is. Nice evil, Speedy. Nice evil, Jeremiah. The fuck am I thinking hanging this long? I know, right? What are you thinking? I appreciate you, Mischief. But it's still in the hundreds, Speedy, so it's still a good thing. Still in the hundreds. Now, if you were like 6%, you guys over on YouTube can do evil as well. Do you want to see how evil you are over on YouTube? You can definitely do that. Exclamation point evil in the chat. So exclamation point and just spell the word evil. Give it a couple of seconds because Lumia and YouTube are a little slow. It should go, but you just never know with YouTube. Nice evil Mischief Maker. How is work? I know you said you were working this weekend. I wonder why YouTube's commands aren't working. Weird. It's definitely weird because it used to. Hi DJ, how are you? How are you doing? Fusa's on me and she's like pulling my, going like, you know, her air biscuits that she's doing, but she's grabbing my clothes. It went well yesterday. Good, good, Mischief. My evil was Ash today. I need to go out and cause some troubles. Yes, Ash. Yes. Kick a few people, steal a couple of kids' candies. You know, just how we roll. I wonder why it's off. I don't get it. Maybe because I turned them off, but they still work for YouTube, for Twitch? Not sure. Not really. Oh, because it's on my other... Oh, Lord. It's because it's on my other channel, Deadwalk. That's why. It's on Scream Queen Gaming. Figured that out just now by looking at the settings. Yes. I gotta change that. I gotta switch it back. But yeah, it is. It is what it is. DJ Nice Evil. What did you guys do this weekend? Any fun plans? Just to eat meat stick and teriyaki beef. Oh, nice. Yum. Sounds good. I'm making barbecue chicken tonight. It's going to be a high of 9 degrees today, and I'm friggin' barbecuing. Last night, heavy barbecued and made hamburgers. I can't remember what the burgers were. Made hamburgers, and tonight I'm making barbecue chicken because it's getting warm out and I need to have a barbecue. Good morning, Zach. How are you? And late tonight, I watched Candyman. Oh, right on. Candyman's a great movie. Hiding from company as long as I can. Then going to play with their dog. Screw them. Nice. Nice. Yeah, play with their dog is way better. You're doing good? Right on, right on. Any new games that you're playing? I hang out with family and going to watch a horror. Oh, nice. Do you know what horror movies you're watching? I'm in shorts today and my favorite Herman Munster shirt. Nice, Aaron. It's not short weather for me. I don't own shorts. I don't wear shorts. My legs glow in the dark, so I don't show them off. And I don't like the sun. So I wear leggings all summer long for the most part. It's very rare. I think I own one pair of shorts and they go down to my knees. I don't wear a lot of shorts. I mean, we don't get that hot here. We do get like 30, but still, leggings are light. They're light. They protect my legs from the sun. And I don't have to blind anybody when I'm walking down the street. Ra's so pale she glows. She can get a job as an industrial flashlight. I could. The parts of me that don't see any kind of daylight, yeah. Oh, yeah. Despise the sun. Yeah, I break out in hives and blotches when I'm in the sun. Any exposure for about 10 to 15 minutes and I start getting blotchy. You'll see them pop up on my neck. Anything that's showing is where you'll see them pop up. It's just it's an allergic reaction. I am going to watch Candyman, Nightmare on Elm Street, Phantasm 3, and Lord of the Dead. Right on. Those are some good movies. That's some good movies there. Nice. Enjoy, enjoy. I posted a picture on Facebook. I'll have to go and check it out, Aaron. I will check it out. Yeah, I didn't do too much. I didn't get to watch anything that I wanted to watch besides Lisa Frankenstein, and I got to watch Lisa Frankenstein. I ended up getting busy on Saturday, seeing my daughter and my grandbabies. So that took up a bit of my time on Saturday. But then I got busy with other little things like getting the house ready for spring, I should say. I'm trying to get the backyard cleaned, like break down the ice, because we still have a shit ton of snow in the backyard. But if I can break it down and separate it and maybe shush it out more on the sun side of the yard, it'll start to melt more, and then we can actually get the ground dried up. Because right now my backyard is like a swamp. It's gross. It's gross. You walk out there, that's what you hear. It's gross. Lisa Frankenstein is so good. It is, right, Jeremiah? I don't understand why this movie gets the hate that it receives, and I don't understand why it didn't do better in theaters. The movie is great. Like, it was supposed to be, here's a little tidbit for you. It was supposed to be rated R. However, they had to cut a lot of things out, and we'll get to that when we dive into CCOH. This time of year is so, oh God, it's so yucky. Yeah, it is. It is. My backyard is so gross. It's like a swamp. Maeve, good morning. Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. How are you? Watch out for the gators in the swamp, Ra. Yeah. Those are called Loki poops. Good morning, Darkbreaker. Oh, good evening for you, Darkbreaker. You go out there and you clean up 3 times a day. 3 times a day, man. Good here, I think. How are you? I'm not too bad, Maeve. Working. I'm getting my my friggin' main fort at 11. Hello, Nico. How are you? I am fabulous, Darkbreaker. Yes, swamp puppies. Ugh. I go out there 3 times a day to clean it up, right? Like 3 times a effing day. But it's all wet and gross out there because half the yard still has snow and the other half of the yard is no snow. But we've had a lot of snow, so the ground is super wet. It is so fucking gross. I don't like it. I don't like stepping on it. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously, I wear boots. I wear boots. I don't wear my runners. I wear boots because it's just gross. You have to do a number, Dawn. So exclamation point DEG and then 34. You have to do a number in order for it to give you a temperature. So if by you is 75 degrees, you're going to do exclamation point DEG space 75, and it'll tell us what that is in Celsius. Right? Yeah, you always have to give a number with a degree. Today, we're going to be discussing Lisa Frankenstein. I think we're going to dive into it a little bit earlier than normal. There is not a whole whack load of information on Lisa Frankenstein. There is quite a bit of information, but not as much as one of my longer CCOHs, for example, Phantasm. Phantasm was a great CCOH, and that movie had tons and tons of information. which I love. I love deep diving that because it takes me a while to get that information. Lisa Frankenstein wasn't too bad. It was pretty quick. I just had to double check some of the facts. You know what I mean? You just can't believe everything you get on the internet. Desi, thank you for your 5-stream streak. I hope you're doing well. We do have a new command over on the Twitch side of things, exclamation point watch time. If you want to check out your watch time, how long you've been watching the stream for, exclamation point watch time. And that should pull your time of watching. I know we were trying to figure that out on Friday. Nice, Don. 447 hours. Pat, 324 hours. Right now, I'd love, like I said, I'd love to see what Rig's watch time is. Nice, Darkbreaker, 658 hours. Yeah, Deadwalk is over 1,700 hours. You watch me too much? Psh. Hello, Ghost. How are you? Mischief Maker. God dang, Mischief Maker, 1359. Zach was 1794. Gee fucking G's, guys. Riggs has got to be over 17. Did you just fart? Ah, Fusa, you're supposed to be a lady. Fusa. Gosh, it's so gross. 3 years, 11 months, 20 days, 22 hours. That doesn't bring on the mixer follow age. You've been good. Awesome. That's good to hear, Ghost. I know. It's gross, Quindy. Yeah, she just shits herself and decides to leave. Plus, in our mom's basement, so I've been following. Well, yeah, but I would say mixer, right? Yeah, there we go. Cat facts. Tomcat is a male cat. Can begin mating when he is between 7 and 10 months old. Yeah. I have been fabulous. I honestly can't complain. Yeah, February 2020, I believe I found you on the front page. Yeah, possibly. I know, I miss Mixer. 2020 was a crazy year. 2021 was even crazier. Ugh. Yeah, that was a crazy year. I almost quit streaming then. Almost. All right, I think I'm just about finished with my first cup, so I think we're going to dive into some CCOH. Talk about Lisa Frankenstein, a great coming of age monster film that I think everybody needs to see, and it's somewhat family friendly. I would say over the age of 13. I wouldn't be showing it to your younger peeps, just because it's got some sexual innuendos and penises flying through the air. But before we dive into Lisa Frankenstein, this is a disclaimer right now. There is spoilers, tons of spoilers, okay? Tons. So if you haven't seen Lisa Frankenstein and you don't want it spoiled, I would suggest coming back to this video at a later time. You can mute it and just leave it up. But if you don't mind, then you can just listen away and then watch Lisa Frankenstein. All right, here we go.
Who likes scary movies and coffee?
The following show is based on research on horror movies and what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite scary movies. HORDE Entertainment or ReAnimateHer is not responsible for the macabre and horror that you are about to witness. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, my daywalkers. I am ReAnimateHer, your queen of horror, and this is Coffee Chat of Horrors, the only horror show that takes its coffee like it's magic, and that is black. Today's screams come from the warped mind of Zelda Williams in Lisa Frankenstein. So buckle up, my ghouls, as we traverse the realms that nightmares are made of. Lisa Frankenstein was directed by Diablo Cody, but it was written by Zelda Williams. And if you don't know, Zelda Williams is the daughter of Robin Williams. This was her directorial debut as a writer. And I thought this was a very cute, fun movie. It is a good coming of age film. I think it's great for your youth. You know, you're 13, 14, 15 in that time range. Getting them to watch something like this. I think it's just a great movie. Yeah, Zelda Williams, the daughter of Robin. You mean Utes? That's right. I mean those Utes. I have met her once, like 10 years ago. Nice, Aaron. Nice. The budget for Lisa Frankenstein was 13 million US, and worldwide box office only hit 9.7 million. Kind of depressing when you don't even break even, which is sad because I don't understand why Lisa Frankenstein did not do better. I should have looked to see what was in the theaters at the time that this released, because that has a huge role in how a movie does in the theaters. But we all know great movies usually, the majority of the time, don't do very well in the theaters. Some of the classics like The Thing bombed in theaters, right? So I'm not sure what was playing at this time, and I should have looked that up. Good morning, Basement Cat. Hello, Nanette. How are you? Happy Sunday. Okay, so we're going to watch the trailer, but I'm going to go into a little bit of the plot before we dive into that trailer. If you're watching me over on YouTube, unfortunately, the trailer may be muted. What was the release date? I can look quickly. Ooh, the release date. Let's take a look. I'll find out right now. Lisa Frankenstein release date. February 9th, 2024 in the U.S. Yeah. I don't know what was going on in February of 2024. But yeah, February 9th was the actual date. Yeah, January and February are usually rough for movies. Oh, 100%, because you're coming out of Christmas, right? You're coming out of Christmas, people spending all their money on toys and other bullshit they don't need. But yeah, I'm battling a cold. Oh, I hope you feel better, Nanette. That sucks. I hope you definitely feel better. Let's give some juju to Annette. If you are just joining us, we are diving into Lisa Frankenstein. Now, the plot goes a little something like this. A coming-of-age love story about a teenager and her crush, who just so happens to be a corpse. After a series of horrific circumstances bring him back to life, the two embark on a journey to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts. This movie got me with just the word Frankenstein in the title. No other movie but Madam Web, and that shit bombed too. Yeah, so it was probably came out at a really crappy time. I did a video on underrated horror villains. If you want to watch it on my YouTube channel, and it talks about villains that should have had the spotlight, like Jason Voorhees and Ghostface and Freddy, but the reasonings behind why they didn't get that spotlight. Of course, Nanette. Of course, I'm fabulous. Thank you for asking. This was Lisa Frankenstein marks the feature directorial debut of Zelda Williams, as I said earlier, the daughter of Robin Williams. And in here, there are some literally little tiny throwbacks to her father. Argyle, that bombed, they all bombed. February is a tough, it sucks because there are good movies, especially horror, that come out during that time and they get fucked. Oh, I agree with you. People bitch they want new IPs, but don't. 100%, Pat, 100%. The FNAF movie was decent, but Willy's Wonderland, 100% dead walk. Willy's Wonderland was way better than FNAF. If you haven't watched Lisa Frankenstein, go watch this wonderful movie. 100% Jeremiah. It's a great movie. I cannot tell you enough. Get this movie, and if you see it on Blu-ray, buy it. Such a good hero, but a bad movie. Yeah, I haven't seen Madam Web. The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbird, Snake Killers of the Flower Moon, Dune Part 2, Wonka, Aquaman. Are 5 movies that came out with it. Oh, yeah, I don't know how well they did. But yes, that is the plot to Lisa Frankenstein. We are going to go watch the trailer right meow. Again, if you're watching me over on YouTube, this may be muted for you. So if you want to hear the trailer, you can pop on over to my Twitch channel and you will be able to hear it. YouTube usually demonetizes my video every time I play a damn trailer. Killers of the Flower Moon is an amazing movie. I haven't seen that one. And yes, that is the Lisa Frankenstein trailer. I love the soundtrack to Lisa's Frankenstein. I listen to that soundtrack almost every day, and I do fucking dance to it, and I was singing to it. This is such a good movie. I love this movie. It is in my feel-good films as well. This is something I watch when I'm not feeling so happy. This movie, What We Do in the Shadows, Headless, I've got a list of movies that I cycle through when I need to feel good. And this is definitely one of them. When I hear 90s songs, I want to go back, right? I feel you. I feel you. I grew up in the 80s, okay? I grew up in the 80s. The best fucking time ever. Good thing your mic was muted last night then. Yes, I was singing it a few times. Hey, Reaper, how are you? And I would agree with you, Nanette. It's getting harder and harder to find good price points on physical media. And Deadwalk is right. With it dying out the way it is and places getting rid of it, it's getting harder and harder. But I tell you, buy them, buy them, buy them, buy them. Now, we've got an ad that's going to start in about 12 seconds over on Twitch, so we're going to go off the rails just a little bit, and I'm just going to gush over this movie because I really love the soundtrack. The acting is fucking amazing, and the acting is really good in this movie, like really good. There wasn't one bad thing I could say about the acting of the film. There's a few little story things that I was a little and questioned. We actually questioned a few of them last night in the Discord when we watched this movie. Catherine Newton looks so sexy in this movie. Nice, Kirby. Nice. It was a great movie. I need it. I have it digitally. I do have it digitally. I need to get this on Blu-ray or DVD. But I do need it, cause it's a great movie. I try to, tell everybody about it, my spawns included, to watch it. Cause I think it's a good feel-good movie as well. And the fact that neither of these kids, any of the actors of the ones that are being teenagers, the fact that they didn't grow up in the 80s and all the stuff that you see in the 80s, like some of the stuff that you see is real. Fuddruckers, that was real in the United States. The Sports Illustrated phone, yeah, that was also real. All right, we've got an ad. Hello, aborted Satan. How are you? Mar the Mad, how are you? Good morning. I was a teenager in the 80s too. Yeah, I grew up in the 80s, right? I grew up for the most part in the 80s and was more of a young adult in the early 90s. So do I, Jeremiah. So do I. I love I love this movie. I remember Fuddruckers. I remember Fuddruckers as well. I was born in the 80s. Nice. I can't really afford to buy it for an expensive price because I'm a fixed income. I feel you. I feel you, Nanette. I definitely feel you. I'm on a budget income, right? So I budget everything. I make sure I have a little bit of play money because you should always have a little something for yourself as you're saving, right? Doing good. About to make coffee. Yes. I just had my second cup of coffee. You love 80s music a lot? Nice, Jeremiah. It's great music. Aborted. I'm doing fabulous. I can't complain. It's getting nice outside. It's 3 degrees outside right now. I'm hoping it does get up to at least +9 so I can do some stuff outside. We're deep diving into one of my favorite movies of 2024, which is Lisa Frankenstein. I mean, how can you not like a Frankenstein movie? There were some of my most favorite movies. ReAnimateHer, Patchwork. They're great movies. I was also born in the 80s and very much love the fact my childhood was filled with outside shenanigans, same, and no cell phones to capture our bullshit. Because that's the problem. You know, we never recorded ourselves doing some stupid shit. Could you? Oh my Lord. I would never see the light of day if my mom did that. I mean, kids are stupid. They use their cell phones and they record them doing some shit they shouldn't be recording and shouldn't be doing. But I am glad I grew up in that time. But anyways, welcome back from that ad. Let's get into it further. So there's a part in the movie where Lisa exclaims, "Damn it, Janet," when her stepmother arrives. That is a clear reference to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is also inspired by Frankenstein, which is another amazing film. It's a musical. It's really great. I would highly recommend Rocky Horror Picture Show if you haven't seen it. Tim Curry is amazing in it. You had a 48 Fahrenheit high yesterday. sitting at 23 Fahrenheit. Oh, that's nice. Mother Nature is a bitch, but 23 is nice. Like, we're not even, yeah. We've been getting some warmer weather, 50s, 60s, 70s a couple of times. Damn, today is down to 30. It's no wonder our allergies, our sinuses are screwed. Yeah, that sucks, aborted Satan. Definitely. That warming up, cooling off, warming up is definitely no good for anyone. You would think I would be more into the 90s movies, but a lot of my movies that I love come from the 80s and 70s. I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's just so much fun, and the music in it is great. I would have to agree with you, Nanette, 100%. Adding it to movie night, definitely do so. Yeah, Tim Curry crushed it. The whole movie is just awesome. I would agree with you. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, I watch it every year, especially around Halloween. It is a great, great movie. It's a musical, but it's a horror musical about Frankenstein. I remember when I was young, my mom would let me watch Rocky Horror Picture Show all the way up until the part where he goes down the elevator, and then it was cut off time. Yeah, I watched it as an adult and teenager, and I can see why she cut it off. Yeah, I would do the same thing with my spawns. This is a Rocky Horror Picture Show is my elder spawn's favorite movie. Me too, Jeremiah. Such a good one. Barry Bostwick might be best known as Brad in Rocky Horror, but he'll always be Thodin and Lex. Yes, Lament. Hello, Untold Wizard. How are you? My fave Frankenstein movie is Boris Karloff's Frankenstein 1931. Yeah, that's one of my favorites as well, Reaper. How are you, Reaper? How are you doing? Oh, I just had to flip a button. Flip a button, touch a switch. But yeah, okay. So that was a little throw to Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, there's also a few things in this movie that there are a throw to. So in the movie, Lisa's at a party, right? And Lisa, this boy is asking her who is her favorite director. And she turns around and she says, Pabst. Now, they're also drinking Pabst beer, but that was an actual reference to the Austrian filmmaker George Wilhelm Pabst, who was creating films in 1923 to 1956. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, Pabst the beer, right? Because there's also an American beer that says that. I don't know if it's American, though, but it's a beer that I know is big in the States. And if you've seen the opening credits of Lisa Frankenstein, you know, in the opening credits, it shows young Lisa making a grave rubbing of the name Frankenstein. Just as Mary Shelley learned how to write by tracing the engraving on her mother's tombstone. So if you didn't know that about Mary Shelley, when Mary Shelley, the creator of Prometheus, which is Frankenstein, well, Frankenstein's monster, she learned how to write by tracing and doing exactly the grave rubbings from her mother's tombstone. Tim Curry is a poet man, was flawless too. Tim Curry is flawless in everything that he fucking does, though, Lament. He's like Willem Dafoe. He is amazing in everything that he does. Yeah, there was a bear in the States. Yeah. Well, Lisa did kind of explain who Pabst was. Yes, she did. I'm glad you're doing good, Reaper. I can understand why you like Frankenstein from 1931. It is such a great movie. It definitely is. That's where we first really get to see him, unless you read about Frankenstein's monster in the book. So you also heard the name Officer John and Waters, and that is a loving tribute to the cult cinema legend John Waters. I don't know if anyone caught on to that when you were watching the movie. I've seen this movie, the last night was the 9th time I've seen it. So there was a lot of things that I pulled from watching this movie so many times. And I've watched them like back to back. When I first seen Lisa Frankenstein, I watched it about 3 times back to back. And, you know, so I was picking out things in this movie that I was like, oh shit, yeah, okay. Her posters in the background. Pick that stuff out as well. There's a lot of things you miss in your first watch. So if you like a movie, I always recommend watching it a couple of times, because in your next rewatches, you will see things you missed the first time around. And this is one of those movies. You like John Water movies? Right on. Okay, so the creature in this movie doesn't speak a word until later on in the film. So to prepare for his role as the creature, Cole Sprouse trained with a movement and mime coach to perfect his silent performance. And I honestly thought Cole Sprouse did an amazing job in this film, especially using his body language, the way he moves to get everything out that he has to get out, especially when he just comes out of the grave and he's covered in all that gook. And I thought that was very well done. I think he did a great job without actually speaking. Fact, as many times as I have seen Return of the Living Dead, I always find something new. 100% you do. No matter how many times, no matter what movies I watch, Friday the 13th, Lisa Frankenstein, there's always something you can find or something that clicks during that next watch. So I always recommend watching over and over again. I thought the whole process for the creature was really cool. And the fact that they call him the creature, which, you know, Frankenstein did not get the name Frankenstein until the movie 1931, right? He was the creature. So I thought that was a little cool tidbit there, literally playing the homage to Mary Shelley. Hello, Sam. How are you? Good day. A lot of the girls probably looked like Madonna in the 80s. Yeah, we did. There is a picture of me in my Madonna phase. Yeah, I had a Madonna phase. Yeah. And I don't know if I'll ever show that, but I know a few people have seen it. I had to watch Freddy vs. Jason 3 times in 2 days before I could appreciate it. I hated it the first time for nerfing Jason so thoroughly, but it was also necessary for the fights to be... Yes, I would agree with you, Pixie. I would agree with you in that aspect, because Jason was watered down thoroughly in this movie, in Freddy vs. Jason, but I did love it regardless. It was 2 iconic horror icons coming toe-to-toe. Boom. It's like a lot of people didn't like Jason X. And I think Jason X is a fucking masterpiece of a movie. Ra is thinking of burning the pic. Right. I can see you in a Madonna phase. Yeah, there is a photo. I think Serial has seen it. Sailor has seen it, and so has Regal. Yeah, I might show it. Ra just drove over the curb. I know. I drove over the curb and hit a nun. My evil should be super high. Okay, so Taffy. Taffy is the half-sister of Lisa. Now, Taffy's wardrobe was inspired by the late 80s fashion icons, Cindy Crawford and Phoebe Cates. Now, if you're not sure who Phoebe Cates is an actress. You may know her from Gremlins, Fast Time at Ridgemont High, Drop Dead Fred. She's a beautiful young woman in the 80s, and she was not overly conservative, but very girly, and that's where Taffy's wardrobe came from. And you all know who Cindy Crawford is, and if you don't know who Cindy Crawford is, what rock were you living under? Doing good. My back is a little better. That's good, Sam. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry about that, sister. Jason X is delightful. I would agree. Catherine appears in the movie Abigail too. Yes, she does. And so funny because next Sunday that's the movie we're going to be discussing. But yes, so Taffy's character, you feel bad for Taffy's character a little bit in this movie. Not all the characters are likable. The majority of the characters are likable and kind of relatable when you grew up in the 80s and you're watching this movie. And I would think it would be highly relatable for a youth who are watching it in high school currently or junior high. I'm still waiting for Serial to reenact the Phoebe Cates red bikini scene. That ain't never gonna happen, but I would love to see that, Pixie. Jason X grew on me. Just enjoy the cheesiness. It's a great movie. The mom was not likable. Well, she was a biatch. She was a see you next Tuesday kind of mom, but I love her as an actress. She's great in every movie she plays in. In Gerald's Game, oh my lord. She does a lot of Mike Flannery films, right? I look like Jennifer Grey when I was a teenager, and I would probably have looked like that if I grew up in the 80s because I loved her character in Dirty Dancing. Yes, Dirty Dancing was a great movie. I loved that movie as a kid. Okay, so quick little tidbit of Lisa Frankenstein. Lisa Frankenstein shares the same universe with Jennifer's Body in 2009. Both films feature covers of I Can See Clearly Now. If you haven't heard the soundtrack to Lisa Frankenstein, check out the soundtrack. It's short, it's not a huge soundtrack, but they do a very eerie rendition of I Can See Clearly Now, and it's good. It's definitely good. I really enjoy the soundtrack. You've got to put it together, Sam. So exclamation point, spin, and then the number. Because if you don't, it won't do anything because it's separate. You love Gerald's Game? Yes, so did I. I thought it was a great movie. So, do you guys remember the name of Lisa's doll? The creature finds it and shows it to her. So Lisa has this doll, and the name is named after Catherine Newton's real-life dog. And it's Starlight Rosebud, hella good boy, gonna need a big bank. That is the name of Catherine Newton's dog, and Lisa's doll is named after that. And I'm going to say it again. Starlight Rosebud, hella good boy, gonna need a big bank. That is a friggin' name. Yeah, that's a huge, huge name. There you go, Sam. There you go. What about Christian Bale from, I love Christian Bale. I think he's great. I think he does a great Patrick Bateman. A poster. So there's several posters in Lisa's room that you could see. However, this one poster is in Lisa's room. It features a moon face with a cannon in its eye. And that is an homage to Le Voyage dans la Lune, which is a 1902 film, often considered the very first ever sci-fi film. You can go and check it out if you need to, if you want. That is considered the first sci-fi. And I thought our Princess Scarface Sparklebutt had the silliest name. Yeah. Right? That's a huge name. Huge name. So you're going to see in the movie a headstone in the opening scene that reads Francis Owens, the same name as a character in Practical Magic 1998. I love the film Practical Magic. I would love to see a sequel to Practical Magic. There were rumors, 2 sequels to it, but so far nothing has been concrete. And if you've never seen Practical Magic, you should see that. It is a movie about witches. It's a really good movie about witches. Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock are in this film in 1998. It is a fantastic film, Practical Magic. Maybe we'll add that to a CCOH for next season. I've got quite a few movies and reviews, not reviews, but a few directors and stuff like that. We're also going, because we have our season ends in June. So I'm also looking at next season's lineup of CCOH. But yes, Practical Magic is a great movie. And if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. I've watched Practical Magic last year for Halloween, and it was so good. It is. It's a great movie. It is definitely a good movie. I still own that movie on DVD. So do I. Okay, so Lisa Frankenstein is set in 1989 and literally loaded with nostalgic references from Fuddruckers to jelly shoes, which were all the rage and notorious for causing blisters. I had jellies myself. I had several pairs of jellies, and oh my God, did they cut and blister your feet. Yes, 1989. You do have to love it. I had jellies. I had purple ones, pink ones. I had the clear ones that looked like Cinderella shoes. Those damn things, even when you wore them in the summer and then your feet would sweat with them. Yeah, there was lots of blisters and shit on my feet as a young girl in 1989 because those were the rage. Every female had them back in the day. Yes, Dead Walk, all the girls had those. Yes, we did. And we had several pairs of those jellies. My jellies made my feet bleed, but I love those damn things. We wore them even when our feet bled. Don't ask us what's wrong with us, but hey, everyone, my granddaughter Ruby is finally home. Awesome, Chloe. GG's. That's great news. I remember all the girls in my school had those jellies. Yeah, we all did. They were the rage. If you didn't have them, there was something wrong with you. Everybody I knew had them. It didn't matter if you were a popular girl, if you were a nerdy, geeky girl, everybody had a pair. And if you didn't have just one pair, you had quite a few pairs. And then we had those plastic, rainbow colored, I had primarily black bracelets. They were made out of plastic as well, and they were stretchy, and you could do different things with them. We used to tie them up, and you'd put them on your hands, and you can make all sorts of like hand jewelry, something similar to this. We had those as well. And Fuddruckers. That was a real restaurant back in the day in the United States. I remember Fuddruckers. There was also a lot of other things growing up in the 80s that you see in the household. Precious Moments. Are those still even a thing? Hi, Fiery Smurf. How are you? Yeah, the rubber bangles. Yeah, I had tons of them. Mine were primarily all black. I had tons of those bad boys. I loved those things. But yeah, Nightmare out in 2026 or 2027. Supposedly, there is a TV show called Entertainment Tonight, and they had Nicole Kidman on there, and she was talking about a lot of things, but she said that she should be looking out for practical magic. I've heard rumors of them wanting to do a Practical Magic Part 2. However, nothing concrete has ever come out there. So I'd still wait. I still have my rubber bracelets. I have mine as well. I have a couple of them. I also still have, the metal ones that we all used to wear back in the day. I still have a couple of those. Precious Moments figurines. Yeah, do you guys remember those? Are they still a thing anymore? I remember they were all the rage. Everybody had these Precious Moments in their house and had tons of them, just like in the movie Lisa Frankenstein. Some people went like gaga over them, which was quite funny because I remember them in the 80s. Also, Sports Illustrated. So Sports Illustrated, if you bought a subscription for the year, they would give you this. Their gimmick was they'd give you this phone. And you get to see one of those phones in this movie. And I was like, I remember seeing that on TV. Doing okay. Feeling kind of blah, though. Saw you were live and had to stop in. Gonna lie down. No worries, Fiery. I hope you feel better. I don't know, Deadwalk, if there's still a thing. I haven't really seen anything Precious Moments, but it's definitely not my type of collection. Unless they were horror. I still have my Boyd's Bear collection. Nice, Chloe. Nice. If you are just joining us, we are deep diving into Lisa Frankenstein. This movie was released in 2024, directed by Diablo Cody, written by Zelda Williams. It is an awesome coming-of-age monster film that is highly recommended. I had a clear phone with multicolored insides. Yeah, God, do you remember party lines? Which is another thing that you see in this movie. Party lines. Rainy, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Juju for everybody. And just scroll up here, make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. The song playing. This is my favorite song in the movie that I have on my phone. The song playing when the creature enters Lisa's house for the first time is called Strange by Galaxy 500. I love the eerie song that gets played when he comes up out of his grave and that you also see towards the end of the movie. And calling the number for accurate time, right? Oh, my Lord. You remember the movie line? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And, in the movie, they have family pizza night. I remember having, you'd buy a large pie and you get a free pop or whatever it would be. You don't get that stuff anymore, at least not here. At the tone, the time will be. Yeah, this movie does bring back a lot of memories, especially if you grew up in the 80s. Yeah. The crimped hair. I still have my crimper. And I use it every now and again. I was going to use it this morning, but I couldn't find it. It's somewhere in my upstairs bathroom closet. You know, that closet where you just throw everything and then it just becomes a big, well, I do. It just becomes a big, crazy, scary doorway into hell. Speaking of sequels, I've talked to some of my friends about this. I would love to see if they would do a sequel to Lisa Frankenstein, but they didn't make that much money. No, they did not. The budget was 13 mil. They only made worldwide 9.3 mil. So it was really thank you for the subscribing, Destination. I appreciate the sub over on YouTube. Thank you. I think Lisa Frankenstein would be great as a sequel, because we do see in the ending she is the bride of Frankenstein. She's wrapped up in bandages. She is laying there on his lap, and he is reading her poems. And that actual book of poems, Mary Shelley's husband, Percy, he wrote poems, right? And never published them. But when he passed away, Shelley decided to compile all of his poems and create a book. So the poetry that he is reading to Lisa, laying on the bench, is the book of poetry that Percy wrote wrote back in the day, and it was all about Mary Shelley. If you haven't checked out any Mary Shelley, please do so, as well as Percy's poems. Mary Shelley broke numerous boundaries for women back in the day, and her book is still being used and turned into movies today. She is a friggin' icon of the era. Now, looking at Lisa's room, there's a bookshelf, and she has Lost Souls by Poppy Z. Bright, and that is a 90s Southern Gothic horror icon. So if you take a look throughout her room, like if you watch this movie again and you take a look and see what's going on around there, you'll pull a few different things. She has a couple of movie posters. She has a couple of concert posters. Some of the clothing in her closet as well has some band T-shirts on it. There's a few other things in there. And the massager scene is quite funny. Now, I did tell you that this movie was supposed to be rated R. It was cut down. So the film was originally shot with a rated R rating. However, edits that were made so they can secure it as a PG-13 film so it could be seen even more. Scenes that were reshot or digitally altered are: Lisa originally smoked a laced joint at the party instead of drinking beer spiked with PCP. We know at the party, right? You loved Poppy. Yeah. You get to see that in this movie. There's a book, Lost Souls. So at the party, Lisa drinks beer that's laced with PCP. Okay. What a drug. What a drug to be lacing shit with. Anyways, so they're at the party. They were supposed to be smoking a joint. I gather smoking a joint and drinking beer, I guess, are two visually things in a PG film. I gather. I really don't see the difference between smoking a joint and drinking a beer laced with PCP. There's no difference to me there. So I don't know why they switched that. The other one was Lisa and the creature were originally smoking pot in bed instead of drinking milk. So there's a scene where the creature is in a nightgown and he's in Lisa's bed, and they're sitting there next to each other, and just they're talking, and they have glasses of milk in their hand. You'd figure the joint would be the lesser of the evils. You would think so. But I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking there when they decided to cut that out and change it to beer and PCP. Because PCP, like what? A laced joint would be more period accurate than spiked beer. I would agree with you, Phil, 100%. I just watched the trailer and I'm getting Edward Scissorhand vibes. Oh, from Lisa Frankenstein. It is a great movie. Great movie. Welcome, Staro. Welcome to the crypt. Thank you so much for the follow. If you are just joining us, we are deep diving into Lisa Frankenstein, 2024 movie that dropped. I would highly recommend it to everybody. Now, another part that was cut out was Michael's death. So Michael's death was, okay, so this is the part where Michael gets his wang cut off. And by wang, you know what I mean. Now, this scene, I laughed my friggin' ass off because as you can see in the movie, creature cuts it off blood splatters everywhere. And then you see it flying through the air. But you also see testicles attached to it, which I was fucking rolling. The first time I seen it, I was laughing my ass off. Just put one, Dawn. I was laughing my ass off because it is literally flying through the air and then it lands in a trash basket and the creature takes off with it. That scene was supposed to be more graphic. So Michael's death was supposed to be more bloody. It was supposed to be more graphic, more visceral. Blood was supposed to be all over the walls, like covering the walls. It was supposed to be a bloody massacre, but we didn't get that. That was literally cut down to what you see in the movie. And we have an ad that's going to start in 54 seconds. So we're going to stop here and let that go. Yeah, Dawn, don't put any letters at the end of it. Just put 1, 2, 3, 4. The bot's not going to be able to differentiate between your 1 and your ST. It's not human. It's a bot. Horror movies are, I would agree with you, Motionless, that they are. I love discussing horror movies. Charlie's Farm has a few good kill scenes. I love Charlie's Farm. Yeah, it's one of my favorite slashers, all-time slashers. 2014 release, Australian made, starring Bill Moseley, Kane Hodder. I wasn't paying it. It's all good. It's all good, Don. I went on to Amazon and looked up Lisa Frankenstein. It's only $11 on Blu-ray, so I'm going to buy it. Yes, Nanette. I need to get it as well. I'm really hoping they come out with like a collector's edition or a director's commentary Blu-ray. I love those. Those are a must. And I do love Lisa Frankenstein. But if you're just joining us, we do have an ad that's going to happen, and I don't like giving out information about the movie until the ad plays, so that should be happening here in a few seconds. But if you are just joining us, we are deep diving into Lisa Frankenstein from 2024. And if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Coffee Chat of Horrors, and I am your host, ReAnimateHer. This show is a show dedicated to the horror genre. It is dedicated to international films and underrated horror films that we love to discuss here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Have you ever heard of, have you heard any of Ice Nine Kills songs about, oh, I know Ice Nine Kills. Yes, I'm a very big fan of Ice Nine Motion. Yeah, they're in my playlist. I like them. I was wondering if you would be okay with me doing a video on my channel inspired by this live stream. Go for it, Nanette. Tag me in it. Tag me. So you guys know you can tag on YouTube, right? So in the description, you can actually tag me, and then I'll get notified of that tag. But yes, we have an ad that ends. It's going to be about 1 minute and 13 seconds, guys. And we are, unfortunately, coming to the end of all of my information about Lisa Frankenstein. Yeah, for sure. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I think our next one, which shows Catherine Newton in it as well, will be Abigail. I'm doing a couple of mainstream movies because I feel they're underrated. I don't think they got the love that they should have received. I don't believe Lisa Frankenstein received the love that she should have received in this movie. Again, the box office time that it came out, February of 2024. We all know January, February, early months of the new year are horrible for everything, even movies, because Christmas. Like everything is always shitty in January, February, because everyone spends their money on Christmas, right? So food, presents, and all that jazz. I would have loved to see this movie come out closer to summer. And it may have been a better time for it. I saw Bikini Girls on Ice, horror movie last night. It was interesting. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen that. Bikini Girls on Ice. No, I haven't. Welcome back from that ad, guys. Welcome back. I didn't want to go into any information. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything. We were just bullshitting about whatever. We don't hide the information behind a paywall. So if an ad happens, I stop spewing facts. Abigail is an amazing movie. I think it's underrated. I love the movie Abigail. I thought it was very well done. And that's who we're going to be discussing next weekend as well. Okay, so we spoke about the rated R version. We're still diving into that. There's still a ton more of items that were removed from this movie to create a PG-13 film. So Taffy was drenched in blood, which had to be removed digitally. So instead of what you've seen with the minimal amounts of blood that she had on her, she had flecks of blood here, there, and just a little bit on her clothing. She was literally drenched in blood, and they had to remove that as well in order to get a PG-13 rating. Remember, they wanted a PG-13 rating, even though the film was being filmed for a rated R. Yeah. I would have liked to seen a rated R version of this film, but I thought the film was perfect as it is. Also, the impact of the axe striking Doug was cut from the original final version as well. So that was also missing. I'm hoping they do like a director's cut where they add in these parts that were removed, which I think would be great to see in like an extended cut on a Blu-ray. I definitely suffered for a couple of months and wasn't able to get anything this year till, 100%. I think a lot of people do, Nanette. A lot of people do. Maybe they'll release the uncut R version. You know what? I'm hoping. I have yet to watch Abigail. I have it, just not around to watching it. Yeah, no worries, Darkbreaker. It's a good movie. I would love to see an uncut rated R version of this. I'd love to see that. I think it would be pretty awesome. I think it's an idea. If you're listening, Diablo Cody or Zelda Williams, director's commentary, a little bit of interviews, and then the uncut rated R version. That would definitely be worthy of a purchase. Zelda Williams, she also makes an appearance as a cameo as the voice of Janet's self-help tape. Also, there are colorful suspenders in the movie. Those colorful suspenders are an homage to Robin Williams in Mork and Mindy, which you youngins probably have no idea what Mork and Mindy is. But Mork and Mindy was a TV series back in the 70s, 1979. And Mork was he was an alien. Mork and Mindy. I love Mork and Mindy. Mork was an alien, and he arrives in an egg. And Robin Williams played Mork. Great comedy TV series from back in the day. Nanu, exactly, Reaper. Mork from Ork. He always be in Seats Upside Down. Yeah. But those rainbowed suspenders, he wore rainbow suspenders, and she was doing some homage to her father, because her father is Robin Williams. I can imagine them discussing the movie and be like, we were supposed to have this scene, but the execs were like, hell no. Could be. Mork and Mindy is a very, very funny. Yeah, it's a funny sitcom from back in the day. But that was a cute little homage to her father by adding those rainbow colored suspenders. Now, my review for Lisa Frankenstein, because we always like to end with my review and then an in closing. So my review, if you don't already know, I friggin' loved Lisa Frankenstein. The opening animation gave me major Tim Burton vibes, and the entire film was just fun. It was honestly a nostalgic trip back to the 1980s. It is a coming-of-age film that every horror fan, especially girls, need to see. The fact that none of these kids playing these roles were even alive in the 80s. Maybe towards the end of the 80s, some of them were born, but the fact that they were playing as if they lived and grew up in the 80s was actually pretty good. Sometimes a movie is a hit or miss when they do stuff like that, but the actors really did a very well job. It's a very well made movie. The storyline is great. The acting is phenomenal. It just hits you in all the feels. I think. I know for my daughters, they loved it as well, and they're all adults. Friday the 13th, Jason Lives made the most use of suspenders I've ever seen in a film. That they did, Lament. That they did. Maybe unpopular opinion. I think Robin Williams is a better serious actor than a comedy actor. I think he is amazing. My letterbox is ReAnimateHer. I will admit I've slowed down on Letterbox, but I'm going back to my reviews on there. I have quite a few on there now. but I will be getting more active on Letterboxd. But you can find me everywhere as ReAnimateHer, as you can see in my title, my channel name, or if you're watching me over on Twitch, you can find me on all social media as ReAnimateHer. Now, in closing, my thoughts on Lisa Frankenstein. Lisa Frankenstein is a gothic, campy, undead delight with Diablo Cody's signature wit and a visually striking 80s aesthetic. While it didn't crush the box office, it has all the makings of a future cult classic. If you love dark humor, romance, and a bloody good time, this one's for you. So check it out. Check it out. I give this one a 4 out of 5 limbs. It is a raw must-see. Now, we're not leaving yet. I just do this outro for YouTube and for you guys on Twitch so you know what's coming up next week. After this outro, I switch to a just chatting scene. So, all right, my creepies and ghouls, it's time to return to the crypt. But before I disappear into the darkness, get ready for next week at 11 a.m. We are sinking our teeth into Abigail. This vampire horror flick has teeth, literally. So sharpen your stakes and join me for your next coffee chat of horrors right here on Twitch or YouTube or Soup for a deep dive into Abigail. Ta-da! And I'm done with time, man. I got 30 minutes to sit back and chit chat with you guys, which is nice. Which is really nice because I like our chit chat time. I like sitting here hanging out. But yeah, if you haven't seen Lisa Frankenstein and you go see it, please let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you think of Lisa Frankenstein. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, let me know all about it. Less than 30, but who's counting, right? I really liked Abigail. I liked Abigail as well. And I don't normally do mainstream movies, and you guys know this. However, I'd like to do underrated films. And both of these films that we're going to be discussing, Lisa Frankenstein and Abigail, I find are underrated. I have a couple recommendations. Please put them in the Discord, Darkbreaker. Let me know what recommendations. Crypt of Curiosity is, you can add them there as well. If anybody has any recommendations for Coffee Chat of Horrors, please, if you're watching me over on YouTube, put it in the comments. Let me know what you want. I did do a few that people have recommended earlier this year, actually last year, to be honest with you. Make It Rain Blood, because we love that. It's what keeps us so young. But what we do a lot of international movie posts, like movie chit chats. But I did want to speak about some of the underrated mainstream movies that aren't getting the love that I think they should get. I may even do a new movie, but we'll see. I won't talk about that yet. Pontypool was an interesting film. Have you seen Pontypool? I recommend you 100%. No, I haven't, Kirby. I do have it on a list. Nanu movie. Yeah, I do have, I think next season, because Coffee Chat of Horrors ends June. I'm just not sure what day on June, what Sunday. I should honestly look into that. Maybe June 8th instead of the 1st. I don't know. I'll have to decide when this season ends for CCOH. Unfortunately, CCOH does end in a season because it's summertime for me and I'm locked in the house for 8 months out of the year. And when summertime comes, I'd rather be outside camping and doing things. So we will end it sometime in June, but we start right back up come the fall. I am wondering, I found Abigail was on Peacock. Nice. I saw you replied to my post about Bong Joon-ho making a new horror movie and John Carpenter apparently agreed to score it. Yeah, that is interesting. And we all know that John Carpenter just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Well, just recently, star on Hollywood. He's a master. He's a master director, master of horror as well. We do have some episodes of CCOH. I know, right? Took long enough. we do have quite a few series on CCOH in the future. Oh, hiccups in the future that we're going to be deep diving into the directors. We're going to be deep diving into John Carpenter. I've already done a deep dive on John Carpenter, but I will do another one. I did that for my podcast. But this time we'll do John Carpenter, Romero, Bava, Argento, a couple of the big ones that, most people seen their movies, but a lot of people don't know a lot about the director themselves. Try Internet Archive. Yes. I saw Phantasm for the first time movie. It was wild. Oh, Phantasm is a great movie. A fabulous movie. The franchise is good. And who knows? I may be able to actually have a sit down with Don Cascarelli. I think that would be pretty friggin' cool. I remember watching Abigail at the movie theater, and I thought it was so good. Yeah, I didn't see it in the theater, but I did see it on home video, and I thought it was good. I really enjoyed Abigail. I thought it was a decent film. But the Internet Archives, yes. Internet Archives, you can probably find quite a few films of yesteryear on there. The first time movie, it was wild with the giant fly monster. Fly monster. We did CCOH last week on Phantasm. Posted my recommendations. Sweet. Let's go take a look at those recommendations. Oh, I already have a deep dive into Argento Plan, Darkbreaker. The Red Queen kills. Oh, the Red Queen kills 7 times. 2 Giallo movies, yeah. Deep Red. Maybe we can do a back-to-back on them, like do a double feature. Don Cascarelli is one of my favorite directors. He's a great director. He's an amazing creative director. But we are going to do a deep dive into Argento, actually. There is quite a few bits of information that I have been digging up on Argento. I think a lot of people know the movies, but they don't know the director. And I think it's important to know the director as well as possibly the writers. And where they come up with some of the crazy shit that they come up with. Like Wes Craven, a lot of his films are pulled from his nightmares. Nightmare on Elm Street, boom. A lot of the great directors of our time have pulled from directly their nightmares or their life experiences. I wish the movie explained how he got the tall man name. Watch the rest of the franchise. Watch the rest of the franchise. It's a good friend. It's definitely good. And the tall man got the name Tall Man because he's a tall man and he's creepy, which, yeah, everything about him is creepy. But yes, I do like those 2 requests. I will add them to the list, Darkbreaker. Giallo is a great genre. And Giallo means the color yellow in Italian, and it's basically their true crime books are usually hardcovered and they're yellow. That's the sign for a true crime. But Argento is an awesome director. There's a really good documentary on Shudder about Argento. Didn't Tom Savini use his experience in Vietnam as a base for his? Yeah, 100%. He's seen a lot of gore in Vietnam, and he utilized what he's seen in the war in his artwork. That's why it's so visceral and so real. Unfortunately, he had to see those kind of things in real life. But we do have a deep dive into Tom Savini happening too. I hope you can see Pontypool one of these days. It would be really interesting to talk about it here. Pontypool. Let's add Pontypool. We'll add that to our list of CCOH deep dives. I do have quite a big list that Reaper and I have been working on. So Reaper 1923, if you don't already know, does all of the picture graphics that you see in my CCOH that come up on this side. So we have worked on a huge list of research and pictures. So we do have quite a few to dive into for the rest of this season and possibly the start of next season. Hello, Vengeance. How are you? Awesome. Looking forward to the Romero and Savini deep dives. Yes. And Deadwalk, if you have any input about Romero, please let me know. Give me some input. I will be reading, when I do the director stuff, I will be reading autobiographies because some of them do have autobiographies. I'd like to do a deep dive into Gunnar Hansen. If you don't know who he is an actor and stuntman. He played, his most famous role is Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. But Gunnar has a great book. His autobiography is amazing, and it's a must read. I think if you can read, if you enjoy reading, not if you can read, but if you enjoy reading. Fulci, yep, Fulci is godfather of another giallo. He's also on our list of deep dives. We have Mario Bava, Argento, Fulci. So we've got three pretty big Italian directors that we have already started work on for our deep dive. Stunt performers are unsung heroes. 100%. They are the unsung heroes. Could you imagine some of our movies without these stunt performers and the hell they put their bodies through? Maybe I'll do a deep dive series on stunts, on stunt drivers as stunt performers. Because we all know, like Kane Hodder, right? He does all of his own stunts. There's quite a few stunt performers out there that do not get the recognition. And let's be real, they don't normally get the recognition. The guy who did the stunts for Ghostface, right? Tony. There's a lot of behind the scenes that they don't get recognized for, but the stars get all of the glory. I think it's time we do put some spotlight on stunt performers. Very little recognition for what they do. Yeah, 100%. So let's add that stunt performers. I do enjoy those kind of things. Who doesn't love knowing about them, right? I have respect for stunt performers in the movie industry. Yeah, you have to, man. You have to. They put their bodies on the line and their lives every day when they create these films, especially those action films. When I read the credits, my eyes gravitate towards makeup, FX, and stunts. Yes, yes. I mean, without those three things, right? I mean, the movie would be flat. Definitely would be flat. If you did miss any of our CCOH deep dive or any of our past episodes, you can check them out over on YouTube. YouTube has an entire playlist of my CCOHs from Alien to, oh gosh, I've done so many. You are able to check them out. They're in playlist format. So if you want to listen to them as a podcast, you can. If you want to put them on a play all and let it run through while you're cleaning your house, that would be cool. Eliza Dushku did her own stunts. Yeah, she did in Wrong Turn. Now she's a psychiatrist or a counselor, Eliza. Movie night is still on tonight. Alien and Alien 3. Nice. You're doing good. I'm finally home and came home to a big-ass bag of candy. It's just a mix of different hot candies. Nice, Vengeance. Delicious. I have a deep love for Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups, okay? Just letting you know that. Deep love for it. I think Reese's needs to sponsor me. Sometimes actors want to do stunts, but insurance companies say, hell no. Yeah, because you don't want to mess anything up, right? A lot of money that have to be paid out. Especially some people with their hands, right? There are some models, they're hand models. They're insured for like $1 million on their hands if anything happens to them. And they insure their body parts. Reese's in the refrigerator overnight. I love everything Reese's. I love Reese's Pieces. Like I have Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups are my favorite. Reese's cups, yeah. I have quite a few favorite chocolates, but I do love Reese's Pieces. I have a deep love for them. Reese's Cheddar to be sponsor a Scream Queen, right? Lindor too. Yeah, I need to go to their. The weather is getting better, so maybe I'll take a ride out to Balzac. I'm trying to find the new peanut butter and jelly flavored Reese's cup. Oh, I've never even heard of that. We don't get a lot of the different peanut butter cups. Yeah, Balzac, I know, right? That's the name of the town. It's a tiny town, between here and Calgary. It's actually right before Airdrie when you're traveling up towards Calgary. Those are too good. The filling, I just love them. Love them. But yeah, I'll take a ride out to Balzac. Balzac is about 45 minutes away from me. Not Balzac. Balzac. What's up, Jimmy? How are you? Yeah, Balzac. That's exactly how it's spelled. It's a small town here. When I say small, it's a tiny, tiny town. Serial killers headquarters is in Balzac. We have the Cross Iron Mills Mall, which is in Balzac, and it's literally right before Airdrie. And it's got the Lindor store, so you can buy a sack of balls for like $30, 150, a big sack for like $30. I don't know if that's still the price because, you know, inflation. So I will take a ride out there. Tiny Balzac, yeah. we have some really funny names for towns and roads. In Vancouver, it's called Tillicum, but it's spelled Tillicum. Tillicum. And if you're not from Vancouver and you don't know that it's called Tillicum, you gotta think it says something else. Do they have chocolate salty balls? They have all sorts of salted caramel balls, you name it. Strawberry and cream is one of my favorites. Hazelnut is one of my favorites. That's insane, right? Yeah. In my state, we have Hell, Indiana. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with these names, Canada? Yeah. So this is what the street sign would say. Tillicum. But if you were to put spaces in between the till and I and the word come there, you'd get a totally different word. Nope. I'll post it in the chat. Tillicum. Yeah. It's a real area. Okay. I'm not making it up. It is a real area, just like Balzac. That is in Vancouver. I don't remember exactly where in Vancouver. What a name. Exactly, Nico. What a name. 100%. We are coming about that time. I have a few minutes before we're going to end so I can head back to my crypt. But Jimmy says, but then again, we also have Santa Claus, Indiana. Oh, there you go. Santa Claus, Indiana. Yeah, and there is a real place called Dildo. Doesn't surprise. Is Lady Frankenstein like the Warm Bodies movie? Lisa Frankenstein? It's a love story with missing body parts. Yeah. I would say it's very similar to Warm Bodies. Yeah. Not like on the same page. Lisa Frankenstein is a coming of age, or as it likes to say, a coming of rage love story. Yeah, Lisa Frankenstein. I would highly recommend it. I would not recommend a movie if I did not believe in it. This is a great movie, and I think everybody should see it. Monday, guys. Monday, we're live again at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. We're going to be diving right into Days Gone. I know I like to chit-chat for about an hour or two, but oh my Lord. Has anybody ever played Days Gone? You don't realize how long that game is. Like, I don't even know how long we've been playing it. I should look back. But I streamed for about 6 hours on Monday. And I game about 4 or 5 of those hours in Days Gone. My Lord. Freakers and zombies. Freakers and rippers. But the new content for Days Gone is coming out in April. So if you don't have the game Days Gone for PC or PlayStation, you want to buy it, you can buy it, but I would wait until April because it comes out. It's about remastered version. I will be buying the other content and play it. So it's probably a good reason why we haven't finished the game yet, right? You're so incredibly likable. This is my first time. Thank you for being here, Nico. I do my live streams here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. You're always welcomed. And thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate that. PS Plus for you. Nice. I got to be off 25 to 40 hours. Yeah. I'm like Ash, I think said the other day, I'm about 75% through the game, which is cool. It's cool. Tuesday, though, we're going ghost hunting. Okay. We're going ghost hunting. Mischief Maker gifted me Watch a Ghost. I can't remember the goddamn name of the movie. I mean, the game. But we're going to be diving into that on Tuesday. Dildo, NFLD, fun for the whole family, right? Exactly, Maeve. Exactly. Ghost Beaters would have been a better title. Ghost Beaters, which is an Evil Dead, the TV series. But on that note, guys, it is that time. I know we don't want to go, but it is that time. I do want to say thank you so very much for coming over here on your Sunday morning, afternoon, or evening and sharing your most wonderful commodity, your time with me. Thank you so very, very much for chit-chatting, lurking, what you do. I do appreciate it very, very much. Mischief Maker, thank you so, so much. 59-month resub. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Aborted Satan, you have an amazing Sunday. Mar, thank you for the tickle bitties. You have an amazing Sunday. We've got a nice giant ghost face twerking. But yeah, seriously, thank you guys. Thank you for coming over here on your Sunday and hanging out. And if you missed anything we did today, there will be a VOD up on YouTube with chapters. You can go and check it out. Ask questions on there, recommend other movies for CCOH. I'm an old stream viewer fart. I'm going to snooze that ad. But yes, have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. I hope your Monday is as amazing as you are, because I think you all are pretty friggin' amazing. Tell Mama Ducky that I said hi. I love her guts. Congratulations on bringing her little baby home. We missed her. Hope that she is doing well. Yes, I will see you guys tomorrow, Monday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I believe that's 1 p.m. Eastern for you folks out in the East. And we are going to dive into Days Gone again. And we're going to have freakers and rippers and coffee. Oh, my. Anyways, I love your guts, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.